Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Unless you're mowing it, let's see your mobile phone for initiative. Do as I say. What's up, a frowny face? Go out and play. Just like your parents did. Just like your parents did. As if your parents did.
Onto the GameCube.
Yay. I think it's an underrated system, by the way. I personally.
So I'm going to push back on the word underrated for one reason. I think that time has proven that it was a good system. Yeah. It's hard to call it underrated when everyone has looked back and gone, yeah, we kind of threw shade at it.
Well, and it's it's unfortunate, I think, because of the way they marketed it, the look of the system, you know, it really felt like they were kind of gearing it towards a younger audience. And yet some of the games were kind of geared towards an older audience, you know, which is really interesting. It was kind of a mix of everything.
They had the balls to launch it without a Mario game, instead going with Luigi's Mansion.
That's right. That's right.
Certainly a choice.
Yeah. It was obviously definitely a choice. But I think it kind of worked out. Maybe not so much. I don't know. Like looking back, Luigi's Mansion is a really fun game, I think.
Yeah.
But it's not a Mario game. You know what I mean? Like it's its own game. It's more like a Ghostbusters game.
Yeah. It's no shade against the game's quality in and of itself.
But from a marketing perspective,
if you're launching, that's not the tent pole that you put up when you're first selling the console.
Yeah,
that's like that's 6 months down the line, of a year down the line. Hey, we've got a hole in the calendar.
Yeah,
Luigi.
Totally. It feels like at this point, I guess they were a little, I don't know, they were a little full of themselves at this point. They're like, you know, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, so they took some risks and some of them paid off, some of them didn't, you know.
Yes. Paper Mario 2, The Thousand Year Door. Yeah. That was another game on here. I did not play that. No, I've played a little bit.
I don't know if I've played that one. I don't think I have. I know of it. That's about it. I hear it's good.
I know that Paper Mario. Yeah, I know Paper Mario fans swear that it's swear up and down that it's like Super Mario RPG level.
That's awesome.
I've never had it.
Well, if they ever re-release it, I'll check it out. You know what I mean?
I could swear they did.
Oh, maybe they did.
I want to say that they did on the Switch.
I might have to check it out at some point.
Tons of spin-off games. I think this is the generation where, this is where Nintendo, as much as he was the mascot before, this is where they went full.
Yeah, they started milking it
on Mario.
Yeah,
this is where we're putting Mario's name on every damn thing we can find.
Yep.
Let's see. There were 4 more Mario Party.
Oh my God. I forgot.
Yeah, this had Mario 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Okay, so there was only 3 on the first one, on 64, I mean. We get 4 for GameCube. That's nuts. 5, 6, 7. Wow.
Let's see. We've got another Mario Golf, another Mario Tennis, Mario Superstar Baseball, Mario Strikers.
Which is a soccer game.
So Mario Sports are all over.
Yeah, they really leaned hard into it on this system.
There was another Mario Kart game on GameCube, and I'm blanking
Double Dash.
on the name
I think that was Double Dash, because that was the one where you had the 2 characters that could switch. It was interesting. I mean, you know, it's fun. There's a lot of fans of it for sure.
Yeah,
it's very unique as far as the Mario Kart games go. I remember.
And so we mentioned it before, Super Smash Brothers Melee, where Smash.
That's where it got its legs.
Became, yes, absolutely.
Because they've done Smash Brothers for every system since, right? I'm pretty sure.
As far as I know, yeah. And yet there's still Melee tournaments.
Yeah, for some reason, this is the one. I think it's because it was just perfectly balanced with the characters and everything in that one, the mechanics and all that. Because I think in the later games, there was just too many things where you can kind of like cheat, sort of, you know?
Or characters that broke it.
Yeah.
Like, no, Bayonetta broke the one on Wii U.
Yeah, exactly. Did they have I don't even know if they had the Super Smash moves in that one. I can't remember if they introduced that in the Wii version. But if they did, it was like, it wasn't what it is now, because it feels like when you get that in the later games, like it's over for the other person, and it's like a luck thing,
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think with Melee, you actually had to be good. You had to really understand the controls,
But I think the star of the show for this for this console, although it is probably the other game that people would call the black sheep of the Mario franchise, Super Mario Sunshine.
But honestly, have you played it? I think it's a fun game.
I have played it. Did I beat it? If I didn't beat it, I got real close. I know my wife's beaten it. I watched her do it. I get why the criticism is there. Sure. It can be a little janky on occasion.
And it's definitely gimmicky.
It has,
like, that's, I think, the main complaint a lot of people have is that, like, it's because they could do this one thing, that's like what the game's built around, if that makes sense. That mechanic of the hose stuff. And that was like because the controller, like with the triggers, they were sensitive to touch, which is kind of an interesting little mechanic that I don't think other systems have replicated so much.
Not to the degree that the GameCube controller did. Like I know that there are other controllers that have analog triggers, but the sensitivity of the ones on the GameCube, you could feel how sensitive they were when you pressed,
which is kind of cool.
It was. I like Sunshine. I really like Sunshine. I'm not afraid to say it. I know that, it's a divisive game.
It is divisive, very controversial, but I'm kind of there with you. Hot take. It's a good game. I think it's better than Mario 64. I really do.
Yeah, I do as well. I've said it before on this podcast. I will say it again. Nintendo, there is a section of Nintendo fans that can be very protective and very precious, and they don't want things to change or be different. And Sunshine is different. Sunshine is Nintendo taking
risks.
We're going to take
which I like. Mm-hmm. I think if there's one, as a fan of this stuff, I love the Mario games. If I have one criticism though, is I don't think they take enough risks. I don't think they change it up nearly enough. Like, why is Bowser the bad guy almost every single time? You know what I mean? Like, I loved the fact that back on the NES we had Wart for the second game. They changed it up, even though there's a whole story behind it. Like, and this is another example. This is another example because I guess it was Bowser Jr. technically behind it, but like there was more than just. It was a little different, the setting and everything. It wasn't the Mushroom Kingdom, so that was cool,
Yeah, it was a game where they were really trying something to make a Mario game stand out, and I appreciate that. And
it looks
maybe
great
I'm giving
too. The look of it's awesome.
Yeah,
like I think it still holds up.
The only other negative I would say about that is that sometimes it does have some odd difficulty spikes.
The bonus levels, especially the platforming in those, are nuts. You know what I'm talking about.
I think, this feels like the generation where they decided, hey, we're going to give bonus levels, but we're going to make people want to throw themselves off a bridge when they get there. These aren't rewards; these are punishments for being good.
Now, remind me if I might be mistaken, but this one was also kind of a collectathon game, wasn't it? Sort of. They had some of that in there. There's pros and cons with that for me, because like Donkey Kong 64, I think was the worst one as far as collectathons. They just went way too far with it. Where it's like beating the game meant 100%ing the game, and nobody got time for that,
Yeah, I don't think this went Donkey Kong 64 levels of collectathon, but it definitely has more collectibles.
Yeah, I think if there's one complaint I have about this one is that it felt a little tedious at times to kind of collect everything. It's funny, as fun as it was. I did get a laugh out of the fact that it felt like a lot of the game was just doing chores, spraying the gunk off the walls. Like it was satisfying, but it's also kind of funny thinking about like, I just like did chores for 6 hours in this game, just cleaning up this island, but it's still a great game, I think.
Yeah, it is. We might as well move on then, because I think we've touched on all the most pertinent games on the game.
Yeah, we're not going to get into the woods on some of the spinoffs for sure.
No.
Yeah. Pros and cons with this system, man. Did you have one? Yeah,
I did. This was my wife technically the GameCube that we had was my
Oh,
wife's.
okay.
I mean, I played it, but we had one. The Wii was my first Nintendo console since the NES.
Wow. Okay.
It was a Father's Day.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So everyone had.
Yeah, it was a big system. They sold a lot. It's I think one of the best selling systems, if I remember correctly, right?
Top 5,
because they really marketed out to like everyone, like especially with the Wii Sports stuff, which was pretty fun. It was very and it was innovative for its time. The motion controls and all that. But that's also, to me, also a detractor of this system, because like everything relied on the motion controls, and that gimmick kind of wears out real quick. So it gets a little annoying after a while sometimes, when you just want to like chillax and just like play a game. You don't want to like get up and you know what I mean? Skyward Sword really got to me with that system.
I remember the first time I played a Wii was a buddy brought his over. He got it like a month or two before I did. And he's like, you got to check it out. Wii Sports. And so we're playing Wii Sports
game, man.
And, playing bowling. We're playing tennis. And I'm like, in tennis, I'm full on doing the serve, and I'm full on overhead smashing. I'm Andre Agassi. I'm, bowling. I'm throwing my arm back. We played that for 3-4 hours, and they leave, and I can't move my wrist.
Yeah,
my shoulder to wrist is just a circuit of pain.
Oh God!
And it wasn't until like a couple months later that I realized you could just flick your wrist.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. That's all you needed to do. And like you said, the motion controls are fun until
until you realize that it's not, you don't need to actually, so it kind of takes a little away from it. Now they did come out with the Wii Motion Plus at a certain point, and that was an improvement, but still it was like towards the end of the life cycle for the system. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting though, because the Switch, and I think the Switch 2 also, I don't have one of those yet. It's too expensive. That's a whole conversation. But like the controllers on the Switch actually do have motion control built in. Not a lot of games use them, but they are there, which is kind of interesting that they did kind of keep that around to an extent. So, and I think there is actually, like, they don't call it Wii Sports. Maybe it's Nintendo Sports, but there is a Switch version of it, basically. So if you
my kid has
nice.
It.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
it's fine. Yeah, once you've played it enough, like it kind of wears off.
I mean, we're going down a rabbit hole, but just I'll no, it's okay. I'll tie a bow on this real quick though. I think the problem with it is that, as imprecise as and unnecessary as it was to do all the gestures with the remote for like Wii Bowling, that imprecision of it is actually to its benefit, because bowling is such a simple movement and you don't want the precision. Whereas with the Switch's Joy-Con, it is so much more refined and so much more precise that what the little twist of the wrist that the Wiimote couldn't pick up on, the Switch does, and it just totally fucks up the brain. Like,
so you actually have to be good at
it. Yes, you actually have to have skill in bowling to play Nintendo Sports.
I kind of love that. I don't know. Pros and cons with it, obviously.
Yeah, I appreciate the verisimilitude, but I don't want
totally. It kind of depends. While we're talking about the motion controls real quick, I do want to mention WarioWare for the Wii. That was a whole series on its own, but this particular game, I don't know if you ever played it. It was an amazing party game. I played so much of this in college.
It was addictive for no good reason.
It was so dumb.
Like, pull the nose. Pull the nose hair. Why is that fun?
It was such a random game, but like, as far as the Wario games, this is by far the best one, I think. Because it really utilized the motion control in like the most clever way possible. So I just wanted to mention that at least.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad you did, because I completely forgot about the WarioWare series in listing games. Spin-offs, we'll go through a few of them real quick. 2 more Mario Party games.
Oh God. Jesus.
Yeah.
It feels like one per system's probably good, like how much more can you do with it, I don't know.
Right.
Like DLCs, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, granted, at the time they didn't really do that.
True.
So, I mean, now though, they should just do one and use it as a platform and just here's 20 new mini games.
Exactly.
Mario Strikers Charge, that was a new soccer game. Mario Super Sluggers, more baseball. Mario Sports Mix, which was a like sports mini game collection. Another Dr. Mario. We finally got the Mario and Sonic game that we always crossover that we always wanted, and in the complete most monkey's paw way possible. It's a fucking mini game collection set at the Olympics.
Yeah, that was weird.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't understand the thinking behind that one. I really don't. It's such a weird anomaly, you know? Like this game shouldn't exist. It's not good, by the way. I've played it. It's not great. You know, and it's not what we wanted. It's like I would rather they just didn't cross them over.
Right.
You know,
you teased us with the dumbest thing possible.
Maybe it'll happen one day. I guess we technically get Sonic and Smash Brothers at some point, so that was kind of cool, but you know. Yeah.
Still not what we want.
No.
Notable spin-off games though. We have I forgot to mention one more because it's completely forgettable. Fortune Street, another Mario board game. Now it's kind of like
interesting.
Monopoly.
I've never even heard of that one.
Not surprised. It was very late in the Wii's life cycle. It released in but the two main spin-off games here: Super Smash Brothers Brawl, which hasn't maintained a life quite like Melee has.
No, but it was fun at the time. You know, I think you could create your own stages in that one, which is cool. That was like one of the bonus features in it. But yeah. Again, the roster keeps growing. Like it got pretty insane at this point, I remember.
I think this was the first one where they were doing third-party characters, if I'm not mistaken. And like that first one, if I remember correctly, was Solid Snake.
I think so.
And that was a holy shit moment.
Like this is possible? Yeah.
Yeah. And Mario Kart Wii.
Oh yeah.
I've played a ton of this one.
Me too.
Just in doing research, I've seen in the Mario Kart fandom, this one is pretty divisive.
Is that because of the motion controls?
Yeah. Some people really don't like that.
I thought it was cool.
I think it's fine. Yeah. The item balancing is what really pisses people
off. Yeah. I do remember that because basically if you fall back far enough, you get a bullet bill and can end up in first, which is crazy. Like that kind of broke the game a little bit. I think they kind of backed off on that a little bit after this, but it was pretty bad. I remember some of the
it was very unbalanced, but at the same time it was unbalanced in such a way that, at least to me, where I liked the chaos of it.
I still liked the fact that for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's chaotic. It's random. It pisses you off in the same way a Mario Party game does. But
it really was the kind of similar feel, right? Because like the fortunes can just completely switch on a whim. I will say the one thing I remember about Mario Kart Wii was it was the first time you could play online. And although their online wasn't great all the time, it was really interesting, like getting your ass kicked by a kid in Japan. You know, like that was like, this is kind of a unique experience. Because multiplayer online stuff wasn't a big thing at that point. Like this is, I think there was other systems that embraced it before this, but you know, as far as Nintendo consoles at least.
So the main stars of the generation though.
Oh yeah.
So let's start. Let's do Super Paper Mario real quick. This was the Paper Mario game that I have played, and I beat it.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Yes, I love the game. I think it is absolutely. It was charming.
Very unique. It was unique in that series too because of some of the mechanics they did. Because it like did the 2D thing that would flip to 3D. That was like the big what do you call it? Like gimmick, I guess.
Like
and I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah. And it was fun. It was fun to use that as a puzzle solving aspect. It is a weird game. It's weird. It's probably a little bloated. Like collecting all the recipes is really unnecessary. But I love it. I thought it was a lot of fun. New Super Mario Wii, which was an extension of the new Super Mario system that started.
It was the DS. Yeah, I was trying to remember which was it. Advanced DS. Yeah, it was DS. Yeah, this is okay. mixed feelings here, right? Because there was a lot of new things they added, not just power-ups, but one of the things I really appreciated about this particular one was that you could play it 2-player, but it was different from 2-player in previous Mario games, where you kind of take turns. This time you could play on the same screen and actually interact, fuck each other up, like, because I would play this with my brothers and we would constantly like sabotage one another, even though you should be working together. So that aspect of it I thought was really cool. But yeah, I think as far as like the negative side of it to me is that they did so many of these new Super Mario Brothers games and they didn't change much between them. Like they used the same art style and it was kind of like the same game over and over again, but with different levels. So it kind of like lost something. Whereas like in the previous 2D Mario games, you had, it felt different every time. It was like a different experience. Now it felt like kind of cookie cutter. This is what Mario games are now, And so I kind of miss the innovative feeling of those early games, but it was still pretty fun. I thought I had a good time with it.
It was, you hit the nail right on the head with all of it. Like I would describe it is a very well-made 2D Mario game, but it is also, when you think of a 2D Mario game, it is the platonic ideal of it.
Like that's a good way to put it. I love that.
Like generic.
It is
the McDonald's. It is the McDonald's hamburger of 2D Mario side-scrolling.
Well
games.
said. Yeah.
And
holy crap, I love that.
Will I eat a fast food burger every now and then? Absolutely. Yes. I didn't get this girlish figure for nothing.
Right there with you. But it's not something you eat every day, and it's the same with this. Like it's when you want to play a good Mario game, you're not necessarily going back to this one.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the depth or it doesn't have a hook of any kind. It's like I remember when the first new Super Mario game came out on DS, and the big hook was the giant.
Yeah, that was nuts, actually.
And that was all over the commercials, and you use it and you blow through a level and you're like, okay, well, that was like an instant win button. And then what? And then you just have a regular Mario game afterwards. And new Super Mario Wii was more.
Now I do kind of like some of the new power-ups. One of the ones I appreciated was the mini mushroom, I think it is, where you shrink, because that makes the mechanics a little different. You could jump higher and stuff. It was like being Ant-Man in a Mario game. And they did some cool little puzzles with that, but again, like I think there's a lot of detractors to the game too. Even though there was some cool stuff, there was, a lot of issues too. But it is fun as a 2-player one, I will say.
It is.
I think that's the ideal way to play
not
it, kind of.
Yeah. And it's not a bad game. It's just
kind of mid-tier for me.
It is a vanilla ice cream kind of game. Like just a big bowl of vanilla ice cream.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. You eat it and you go, I had some ice cream.
Yeah. Well said.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, though, is Super Mario.
Oh, yeah. This was huge, man. This is everything you want from a 3D Mario game, I think. And again, it was
my favorite 3D Mario game. Yeah. My favorite 3D Mario game, hands down.
I think I agree. I like Odyssey a lot. But this one, man, oh my God. They did so many cool things with it. The platforming was really interesting, and the stuff they did with gravity, which makes a lot of sense for Mario as a character. You're jumping a lot. So let's mess with the gravity, because certain areas you would go flying,
And the fact that you're having to think about the gravity on a spherical plane now. It's not just a flat plane. It's not just a 3D flat plane. It is a 3D spherical model of, okay, now I'm jumping, but I'm jumping from, I'm like underneath. I'm on the bottom of a sphere and I'm jumping. It's so...
It was trippy.
It
was cool though. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it.
Gorgeous score.
Yeah, and then introduced Lumalise and what's her name? Rosalina. That was a cool new character. So there was a lot in this game that felt really fresh, but it was absolutely Mario in the best way. It got the tone right and everything. I really, really dug this one quite a bit. Yeah.
So did I.
And I love space stuff too, so it was kind of cool to go that cosmic route with it, Even though it's like it's like super bonkers, but yeah.
And it felt like the next evolution. We had Super Mario Brothers, we had Super Mario Land, we had Super Mario World.
Yeah.
What's bigger than a world?
A
galaxy.
galaxy.
Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was sort of one of the complaints about Sunshine, where like 64 obviously went 3-dimensional. So that was a leap in itself.
Yeah.
But with Sunshine, as much as I love it, one of the complaints was that it felt smaller, compared to what had come before.
Yes.
This one went way bigger. Yeah, it was absolutely epic. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the one thing, and I I hinted at this before, and this is the game where I think that it really is the biggest problem in a Mario game, is that the power-ups in Mario Galaxy and its
sequel
bloated expansion pack that is
it definitely is an expansion pack. I totally agree. It's just more levels, and Yoshi.
Yeah. Great game. Absolute great game, but it's just
they didn't do anything new with it, really. It was just more of it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing considering how good the game was, but it felt like a DLC. Like that's yeah
and it doesn't leave a lot to say about it other than if you liked Galaxy, you will like this too.
Exactly.
But the power-ups in this and in 2, all of them, even if they are fun to use, feel like you are only meant to use them in this situation to solve this puzzle. They built a puzzle and then the key to solve the puzzle, as opposed to here's a thing to do. What can you do with it? Like you get the B power-up and you go, okay, where's the honeycomb that I got to stick to?
Yeah, that was definitely an issue, I think. It's unfortunate, too, because they could have done a lot more with that. But yeah, no, I totally agree. And that's sort of an issue, as we'll get into with Odyssey, too, I think. It's just really just an issue with all new Mario games, is that the power-ups don't mean as much as they used to,
Yeah. They're no longer power-ups. They are
tools.
Context.
Context tools. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. But other than, still so worth going.
Galaxy?
Mario Galaxy is so
This is the reason I want to get my hands on one of those collections, one of those Mario 3D collections for Switch at some point. Now, did it come with 2 as well, or was it literally just 1? That's so crazy. Why didn't they just throw in, like, it wouldn't be much more space? Those games didn't take up a lot of space back then.
I don't know.
Not even a gig.
It's baffling.
A lot of games these days are like 30 gigs or whatever compared to, it's insane. But yeah.
And it's frustrating too, because like you said, I'm not taking up much more space and it naturally fits there.
Yeah. I don't want to have to get my Wii out of storage and dust it out, like let me play it on the new system, Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's move on then to
I hear you. I get it.
So I want to say right off the top, I no shade to the Wii U. It deserves the shade that it gets for
the marketing.
Nintendo deserves the shade it gets for what it did.
Absolutely.
I feel bad for the Wii U because
me too, and I had one.
With all the games that it had that have been re-released on the Switch, the Wii U is the most pointless console to go back to.
Yeah, because pretty much everything that's worth playing on it, you can play on the Switch now. Yeah.
I've read somewhere that was something like it was either 3 or 5 first-party games have not been ported.
Oh wow, that's nuts! It's because almost no one had played those ones, so they kind of had to re-release them, And the thing is, there were some great.
And the games that haven't been re-released are the bad ones. It's like Devil's Third, Star Fox Zero.
Oh yeah, Star Fox Zero is kind of rough. Even as a Star Fox fan, I've been super disappointed in that entire franchise since 64.
Most everything.
Yeah, but man, they just need to do another one at some point. Same with F-Zero, but that's a whole other conversation. But so I actually really enjoyed this system, and I do think that Nintendo really messed up with this one. And it's mostly the marketing and mostly the title. Calling it Wii U was so dumb because a lot of people just assumed it was like an expansion. It was like the same system, but it was a whole new thing. It was like a prototype to the Switch. And I think that title alone really, really shot them in the foot. I think they wanted to use the Wii name because it was so popular before, but the problem is that people didn't realize it was a new thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think they also kind of made a miscalculation in that the Wii was popular in 2006 to 2008, 2009. In 2012, we'd all moved on to the PS3 and the Xbox.
Right. Yeah. Like graphics had really gone a lot further at that point, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, even Nintendo, those last couple of years of the Wii were, they weren't releasing top line stuff. I mean, you had your occasional Skyward Sword.
Sure, the mainline titles were good, but I think a lot of the third party developers didn't want to deal with Wii. They didn't want to deal with the motion controls. I think the same issue kind of happened here with the Wii U because it was such a unique platform by having that second screen. You know, it was like, I don't think a lot of developers really knew what to do with that, you know? Yeah. It was kind of cool at the time, but like, it wasn't cool enough to sustain, you know what I mean? A whole system, you know what I mean? And even that feature, having that extra screen, they didn't do enough with it. Like even in the mainline titles, like I was expecting the Zelda game to have like all your items on there where you could just select. And I don't think they quite did that, if I remember correctly. It wasn't what it should have been, is what I mean, you know?
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't. No one, even Nintendo, really didn't utilize it to the best of their ability. And Nintendo's own games. And we're here to talk about Mario. Even the Mario games in this generation were befuddling.
Yeah, it was. You know, I liked them, but it wasn't anything that groundbreaking. I will say Mario Maker was kind of like, if you like creating levels, that was really kind of a cool thing to have, you know?
Yeah.
So that was kind of innovative. But like, what was it? Super Mario 3D Land? You know, it was fun, but it wasn't like anything to, you know, call home about or whatever you know what I mean?
And well, I mean, it felt...
The catsuit was fun, but it was definitely gimmicky, you know?
And you look at like what came before. You look at Mario Galaxy.
Right, that's the problem.
You can even go...
You're going backwards, it felt like, you know?
Yeah, like let's take a 2D game and put it in a isometric 3D platform system or a perspective.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't hate it. I had a lot of fun with it, but it wasn't anything to write home about, you know?
No. So the mainline games for this console: Super Mario 3D World, new Super Mario.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
So another in the new Super Mario series, like the fourth in 5 years or something.
Yeah, and again, they didn't really add much that was different. Like slightly better graphics, couple new power-ups, and I think there was like a swampy world or whatever with toxic water. Like it was like one new area. But other than that, it was just more of the same, different levels. There was an expansion though. They did like the Year of Luigi at one point. And they did an expansion on this game. I don't remember what it was called, but
New Super Luigi.
That's what it was. And it was very gimmicky and all. It was kind of silly, but actually I really enjoyed those levels because there was a huge challenge to them. Like you had a 1 minute time limit for every level, and it was like all different, you know, and they did some cool stuff with that. And you had to play as Luigi, who had his own mechanics separate from Mario, kind of like they did back in the day with Mario Brothers 2. You know, I like that the newer games kind of implement some of that. But again, you know, it was DLC, you know.
DLC that then they decided to release as a standalone game, which... Okay,
Nintendo. Yeah.
You be you.
That sounds about right. That's on brand.
And then the side games, just a metric ton more of the Olympic games. Dr. Luigi. Okay, let's take Dr. Mario and reskin it.
Yeah. Does he even have a license? He's like one of those sketchy doctors you go to, you know?
He's like Dr.
Yeah.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yeah.
Innovative idea.
I never played it, so I can't really...
I tried it when it was re-released on the Switch.
It's kind of a puzzle game, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like... It's like if you took Fez... Have you ever played Fez?
Yeah, I love Fez.
Okay, take Fez, put it in an isometric perspective, and you can like rotate the screen, but you can't jump.
Oh, weird. Okay. So you just that's kind of frustrating.
Yeah, so it's a puzzle platformer.
You can only
got to figure out how to
move the thing, and then you move Toad, and that's it. So it's just a puzzle. It's just like
odd.
Weird.
But it's a platformer too. So platforming without jumping.
Yeah, that feels wrong.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
There's 2 more Mario parties because
of course there are.
Where there is a Nintendo console, there will be more Mario parties.
Yeah, till we die, man.
There was what is widely considered to be the worst Mario sports game of all time, Mario Tennis Ultra
Really?
Smash.
Oh, I don't know about this one. Okay. Probably with good reason, I guess. Yeah.
Imagine a tennis game. Like, okay, all the other Mario tennis games are Mario.
Yeah, they're actual tennis games.
They're tennis games, but they have Mario infused into it. So you have wacky courts and wacky power-ups and
different.
Mario Tennis Ultra Smash is tennis with Mario. Instead of Mario's tennis, it's the other way around. It is a tennis game that just happens to have.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's just
pure tennis.
It's just bland ass, boring ass, plain. Yeah.
That's like the whole appeal of like the Mario sports games is that they level up. Like there's power ups and like it's a wacky version of the sport. So that's so weird for them to just do a straight sports game with that at this point. You know?
Like there's one power up. It's like you turn into a big version, but the minute it happens, the opponent gets 130 seconds later. So then you're both big, but then the power up is nullified.
Yeah,
so
there's no point to it. Wow.
Yeah, it is so.
That sounds infuriating.
It feels like. Oh yeah, it's like they took a game that they were 60% done with and just stopped. From what I've heard, one of the worst Paper Mario games and Paper Mario Color
never
Smash.
Played that one.
Neither have I, but I've never heard anything good about it.
Same.
Super Smash Brothers Wii U.
Yeah, it's a Smash Brothers game. I had it, I played it, but it wasn't really anything. It's so similar to the one that came before it on Wii that I couldn't tell you the difference. If you put screenshots of the two next to each other, I don't know if I could tell which one's which, to be honest. I think this is the first time they did DLCs. I think that's the only thing that makes it different,
Really, the only notable game on here that's got Mario in it isn't even notable for it being on this console. It's Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. That's the thing. So funny story with that is I did have Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. And I got all the DLC stuff for it too. I spent good money on all of that, on all the tracks, all the characters. And then Switch comes around and re-releases the same damn game. So I did not pick up the one for the Switch. Like I was stuck to my guns. I was like, I already paid for it. If I want to play it, I'm going to play it on the old console. It was so frustrating though, because they just decided to re-release the same damn game. So I'm glad at least with Switch 2, there is a new Mario Kart game finally. But yeah, I feel so gypped by that,
At least they added some value with the bonus packs. I understand why they re-released it.
I do too. I totally do too. It was fun playing as Link. I don't know if he was, I'm assuming he's on the Switch version too, but that was one of the bonus characters and that was cool. And then there was F-Zero. Yeah. There was a couple F-Zero levels. The big blue one was amazing. So definitely some cool stuff in there as far as Mario Kart games. Definitely one of the better ones.
Yes. Well, and that does take us to the last console.
Oh yeah. I will say before we move on, I will say as far as the Mario games on Wii U, I do think Mario Maker is probably the best one for me, for my money. And that's if you have nostalgia for the retro systems. It is really cool that you can switch between regular Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 3, Super Mario Worlds, and new Super Mario Brothers. Like you can switch through those different styles. And that was just like, it was really preying on our nostalgia, I think. But as like a huge fan of those, like that, I did love that game a lot, but I get that it's not one that would necessarily appeal to everyone.
Yeah. I never tried it. I would get a kick out of it.
It was cool for that reason.
If for nothing else,
Yeah.
And if for nothing else, the community shared those. You could just download a gajillion of those. And
I have the second one on Switch, and I still play it. occasionally, just because like people like make some crazy ass levels on there. Yeah.
Oh, I bet. I've heard.
That's half the fun.
I've seen a couple of videos of some of the more punishing levels.
There's some insane ones.
God bless the creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
It is a mixed bag though, because you never know what you're going to get when you go online and play other people's levels. There's a lot of crap on there for sure. But I guess that brings us to the next one, as you were saying. I didn't mean to ruin your segue.
Yeah. Oh no, that's okay. But yeah, the Switch. This because there's no point in going over the Switch too. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's still so new. Yeah.
But the Switch, where they just went freaking nuts.
Yeah, there is a lot on here, isn't there?
I just kept typing and typing and typing on the spin-off games.
Yeah. A lot of them are re-releases too.
Yeah, there's a lot of re-releases, a lot of lower end shovelware type stuff, but there is also, I mean, there's several sports games. Mario, let's see, there's Mario Tennis's Aces. There's Mario Strikers Battle League. There's 2 or 3 Mario Party games: Mario Party Superstars, Mario Party Jamboree, and Super Mario Party.
They really went crazy with it. I do remember hearing, and I haven't played a Mario Party game since like 3, I think. Maybe I played one of the GameCube ones, but it doesn't matter. But with one of the newer Mario Party games, it's like a collection of all the old mini games from like the early ones. So that's kind of cool that they brought that back at least.
I have that one. I play it with some friends out in California.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's fun. Yeah. It's got samples of, mini games from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think all the way through like 8.
That's awesome. It felt like it was overdue for that since there's been so many, and I've heard Jamboree's
but
fun,
it's still, the friends in California that I play with despise
Really? Okay.
I didn't get a good look at it, but they said that it was just unfair. The boards were terrible. Personal taste.
I get it.
Let's see what else. This was the console that brought us Mario and Rabbids.
Oh, why? The crossover that no one asked for.
Right.
I've never played any of those. I don't intend to anytime soon.
Neither do I. Mario plus Rabbids is weird enough. Mario plus Rabbids becoming a damned real, like a strategy, like Advance Wars or Fire Emblem.
Yeah. It's a choice.
It sure is.
It really seems like Nintendo lately has just been kind of throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, especially in this era, the Switch.
Mario Golf Super Rush, that was the other sports game that I missed. Mario Kart Live.
Right.
Because sure, we needed one where you actually control a remote control car in your house.
Oh, yeah, that's what that was. Yeah.
Yeah. Mario and Luigi Brothership, an RPG of sorts. I never played it.
Yeah, it came out recently, actually. It was like one of the later games right before Switch 2 was announced, I think. I don't know. It's an RPG. I think it's sort of similar to the games that they had on Advance, those RPG games, the Mario and Luigi series. And I played the first one. It was pretty fun, but I can't speak to the new one. There's way too many games, way too many Mario games.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I feel like I don't know if I'm going to get around to it at this point, Life's too short.
Yeah, Princess Peach got her own game. And that came and went.
I kind of want to check it out at some point. Like if I ever see it on sale at like a GameStop or something, I might grab it. It looked like I'm glad she got her own game for one. But it is weird how they kind of moved on from it really quickly. Like,
they dropped it and went, that's cool, fun.
Yeah. I can't really say because I haven't played it, but it looks fun.
The big spin-off game, of course, that we have to mention, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yeah. And so many characters. All the characters.
The subtitle Ultimate does a lot of heavy lifting here.
Yeah. It's Smash Brothers game. If you like Smash.
Just with a roster of like 200 people.
It's pretty absurd just how many characters are in this one. And I don't think you're far off, right? Because there's like almost 100, right? Or more. I can't remember.
I can't.
It is an insane number though. Like, because I remember I haven't played it recently, but every time I would go to play it, it would take me a second to kind of like be like, okay, kind of scanning over. Like, you know what I mean? Like it takes a minute like to process just how many choices there are. I feel like we've gotten to a point where there's too many.
Yeah.
Piranha Plant maybe doesn't need to be a character. It was cool having Banjo and Kazooie in there and the Minecraft guy for some reason, but I think we've kind of reached a limit to how many we can handle.
Yeah, and there's also
multiple versions of each character, which is pretty insane in its own right.
Right, like, do we need 4 Links? Do we need Samus in both the Varia suit and the regular suit and in the skin tight jumpsuit thing? Do we need the brother and sister from Ice Climbers?
Yeah. I mean, we don't need Zero Suit Samus, but never mind. But yeah, no, it is a little ridiculous. Like, and I remember in one of the games, Zelda, there was Zelda and Sheik, but then I think they combined them. I can't remember which. Again, they all blur together. It's Smash Brothers, But like, right. They don't need to be 2 separate characters because they are the same character.
I don't know where they go from here.
Yeah, they're going to do another one. It's too popular.
Yeah, but we don't need a Smash Brothers game with 120 characters or whatever the next lot.
I know. I hope they kind of do something different with it. I don't know what that is, but I think they do need to change it up a bit because each iteration has just been more each time.
If they really wanted to do something different with it, and this could be a whole conversation.
Sure.
Power Stone. Do Smash Brothers in the format of Power Stone instead of on a 2D plane. You've got like an isometric 3D plane.
Yeah, that could work. I think it could. It would be tricky though because it would definitely change things up.
It would, but it's either that or you just do more of what this is, but more people. And I think we're kind of running into the wall of how many characters you can throw in. So, but as for mainline games, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm just going to some of these I might have maybe not have put in the mainline, but still.
Yeah, let's just list them.
I'm just going to list them off real quick, and then we can talk about what we want.
Sounds good.
Mario Odyssey, New Super Mario U Deluxe,
oh, yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3, Paper Mario Origami King, Mario Brothers 35, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Super Mario Wonder. Oh yeah, and I forgot Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, that's its own series too.
Good Lord, Nintendo.
So I guess let's start with Mario 35 really quick. Did you get a chance to play that? Because it was a limited time thing.
Very brittle. I think like once or twice.
It's crazy to me that it was limited time. Like, why did they do that? Because I don't know. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was kind of a unique experience because it was an online game. We were playing the original Super Mario Brothers against 34 other people, like competing. So like, if you were really good at the old NES game, like it was, kind of a cool challenge to see if you could top these other people. So I don't know. It was cool. It was very limited. I think it came out during the lockdown and stuff. So I ended up playing it a lot just because of that.
Yeah.
But it was a cool way to pass some time. I kind of wish Nintendo would do some more stuff like that with some other retro games. It was interesting. It just sucks that you can't play it anymore.
We've got to talk about, do we have to talk about Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's
Not really. I haven't played it because I had the original game. I've heard the Bowser's Fury sections are cool, but like it's an add-on. It's just an extra little bonus thing, right?
Right.
And then you mentioned 3D All-Stars, which of course was the games we already talked about. I'm glad they did it, but it's again weird that it was a limited release and it's very hard to get now,
Right. New Super Mario U Deluxe. It's another new Super Mario game.
I think it's a re-release of the Wii U one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think they bundled it with Luigi.
Yeah, with the Luigi one, yeah. So
yay.
Yeah, it's just more of the same.
Really the star attraction here is, there's 2 games here. Mario Odyssey and Mario Wonder, I think, are probably the 2 most key mainline games.
Absolutely.
Mario Odyssey, I didn't love.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, but I did struggle with it at first because I don't know what it was. It does feel like there's something missing from the game. And again, I'm not huge on the collectathon thing, and that's really what this game is. At its core, it is a collectathon game. So for me, that's a strike against it for sure. But the graphics are pretty good for a Mario game. It was weird though that Mario looks like a cartoon, but there's a city at one point with realistic looking people in it, and Mario looks like a goblin. He looks so out of place.
I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't like how jarring.
It's so jarring. It's like Uncanny Valley stuff. Like it doesn't feel right.
Everyone else is like, it's so beautiful. He's in the real world. Like, no, he's not. It looks so wrong.
It does. I'm right there with you. New Donk City. I gotta laugh out of that. What are you doing, Nintendo? That is ridiculous. So choices were made with this game, let's say.
Yes.
Some of the worlds, it's fun. I'm not bragging on it too hard, but some of the worlds are just baffling. The food, I don't know how far you got in the game, but like there's a food world and like the theme there, they could have done something interesting with the theme, but it doesn't make any sense. And that kind of bothered me for some reason. Not a lot of things in Mario make sense to begin with, but like even within the Mario world, this didn't make sense as a theme. Does that make sense?
I beat the game.
Me too.
Oh yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. Like as much as Mario is nonsensical, there is a structure to Mario.
It still has to feel like a Mario game.
You know what to. Yeah, and I think there is no better example of the what the hell are they doing in this game, and I think you know where I'm going. The dragon.
Yeah, that was weird. That felt really out of place in the middle of the game.
Yeah,
it looks like something from. Well, Dark Souls. It looks like something from a totally different game. It was cool looking, but it wasn't Mario.
No.
They lost the plot.
No. Yeah. And again, it's a beautiful looking game. It is a great controlling game. I cannot master the fancy tricks that you could do with the hat, like being able to throw it and then jump on it. And
tricky.
Then I'm not that skillful anymore.
Also, the hat mechanic in general is, again, it feels gimmicky, but I think it feels more gimmicky in this than the water jets in Sunshine. I think it feels more gimmicky here. But maybe that's just my personal.
Yes.
Like at times it got annoying because it's like I just want to be Mario. Like in this Mario game. Can I just be Mario to do the challenge? Like, no, that's not an option. You have to possess these other enemies. And some of them were really frustrating. But yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100% that it very much felt like we'll build a game around this gimmick and solve problems for this gimmick, but it never feels 100% organic. It feels like you're being like the intro level with the T-Rex. It's obvious that you need to possess the T-Rex. It's not, there's never okay, what do I need to do around here? How can I get from here to there? There's the big fucking lizard over there.
Right. Yeah. It's not like a Zelda game where you actually have to like figure stuff out. Like it kind of holds your hand the whole time, And again, that's actually, speaking of Zelda, one of the issues I have with some of the Zelda games over the years is some of them feel very gimmicky, with like Twilight Princess turning into the wolf and all that. Like, that always kind of bothered me. And that feels like what they're doing here with this one too. It's like the hat's the gimmick. That's the whole game's based around that one thing, and it gets a little tiring after a while, but there are some redeeming qualities here. And I think that happens for me towards the end of the game. I thought the moon level was really interesting. They changed the mechanics. It felt like a little piece from Galaxy where you could jump really high, and they did some cool stuff with that. The end of the game was pretty interesting. That was kind of different. You become Bowser at one point. Spoilers. But then there's stuff after the game. You can go to the Mushroom Kingdom at one point, and it looks like the Mushroom Kingdom from Mario 64. And I thought that was really cool. I felt like, I felt like they could have done more with that. That kind of gave me a glimpse of the Mario game I do want. You know what I mean? Because it felt like Mario. As weird as that sounds, like I don't want the same thing over and over again, but like those elements I think are kind of needed at times, I don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining for no reason, but
no, I'm with you on it. There was just some essential element to Odyssey that it never felt like it was achieving everything that it set out. or maybe that it didn't even know what it was trying to achieve. It just said, "Here's a 3D Mario game, and here's the hat gimmick, and good luck with that."
And it almost felt too easy for most of the game, I think. Except some of the challenges were frustrating, but not in a good way. They weren't difficult in a good way. It was difficult in like, why am I doing this? This like collectathon thing again. Like that's the biggest complaint for me. But there were some really great challenges after you beat the game, which is like that's a whole other thing. But that should have been the game.
Fun game. Yeah, fun game, but not. I remember seeing IGN give it a 10 out of 10, and I played it, and I thought, no.
It's definitely worth playing, but I would say maybe 7.5 for me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's more than fair.
It's nowhere near Galaxy, that's for sure.
No. And that takes us to the last Mario, or the most recent mainline
which
Mario
I think,
game.
I know it's divisive, but I think we're on two sides of the fence on this one, which is interesting.
I think so. It's Super Mario Wonder.
So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it first.
Again, I will give it praise for being a very well-crafted game. It is everything you want in a 2D Mario game as far as platforming precision. The power-ups are interesting. I don't feel that they're as much as tied to let's solve a puzzle as previous ones were. Like you get the power-ups almost anywhere. You could carry them from level to level, which is something that they haven't done in for God knows how long.
Agreed.
I'm not sure that all of the power-ups make sense. Like that elephant power-up.
It's a weird one. It's a choice. Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking with that one. Like you could have just brought Flood back.
Right. Yeah. That actually would have been cool. Yeah.
And the wonder sections are beautiful.
Yeah.
I think
work of art, man.
I don't know who was like dropping acid.
Right. Like how many drugs did the developers do behind the scenes of this game?
Yeah.
Because
they were wild to look at. But all that being said, I felt like I was playing New Super Mario Bros. 5.
I got you.
It's
valid. You know,
it just doesn't. For all of the pretty to look at aspects, it didn't do anything new as a 2D Mario game that got me hooked beyond. Like the Wonder parts, for instance. The Wonder World is just a trip. And but it feels like you have to hit that.
Okay.
And it would be, I never got the feeling that was an alternate branching path. I got the feeling that was the part of the level that I had to go to. And therefore, what's the interesting part about it if it's just the rest of the level? If it was, I could go through the rest of this level and it'd be a regular level, or I could go through it and be in Timothy Leary's nightmare. Okay, cool. Now I've got two different ways to finish the level, and that's neat. But it just, I didn't even finish it. I think I got about 3/4 of the way through, and I thought, why am I continuing?
Oh, really? You haven't finished it?
No, I not only did I not finish it, I traded it in.
What?
I took it to GameStop and I traded it in because I really felt like I was playing it out of obligation.
Oh yeah. Well, you shouldn't. I get what you're saying, and I don't think. Yeah, if you feel that way, definitely, there's no reason to keep, bashing your head against blocks for no reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it plays well. It just didn't do anything for me that I haven't had before.
I get that. I do have, I'll start out by saying I do have some minor complaints about it. And I think, although I do like some of the things they implemented with it quite a bit, I think that they could have done a lot more. They could have pushed it a lot further, for sure. I thought it was cool that it was in the Flower Kingdom, for one. That was kind of different, but you still have Bowser as the bad guy. Again, this is like it's a stupid complaint, really. It is. But like, come on, please. There's other possible villains, right? Like something. Like, I don't know. It just feels like, do we have to keep doing that same, plot? I
gotta say here. So Super Mario 2, you mentioned, because we talked about this recurrence of Bowser.
Would have been a great villain.
They've canonized other enemies that debuted in
Shy
that
Guys
game that, and that game, they canonized Shy Guys, they canonized Bob-ombs, and they canonized
That's
Birdo.
right.
So if all those creatures can be in that game, and that game was a dream, so technically it didn't happen, why can't they bring back Wart?
Yeah, definitely. And it would have made a lot of sense for this game in particular, I think. With all the dreamy kind of sequences, all the psychedelic stuff. I felt like that would have been a brilliant, but whatever. So that aside, and I also, another complaint I had was the voice acting, not the voice acting so much, but the dialogue. Because they decided to include dialogue and kind of a story, but it was so phoned in to me. Because I guess the bar's been raised so high on gaming when it comes to the writing and stuff like that. And it felt like, considering they just did the Mario movie, which had great writing, they could have upped it here. With everything else, they were kind of doing a lot of extra stuff that they didn't normally do with previous games. So why did they phone it in on that aspect of it too? You know what I mean? That part felt just so generic, like they could have done something interesting with that, and felt like a missed opportunity. That said, there was a lot of stuff I really appreciated about it, and most of it is kind of in the style of the game. Because one of my big issues with the new Super Mario Brothers series is that it was kind of the same sprites, right? Like the same motions. You know what I mean? Like just the animation of it was all the same character designs and everything. For this, they redesigned all of it from the ground up. And it's something that like a lot of people wouldn't really notice unless you look for it, honestly. But I just really appreciated like the amount of like artistic work that went into that, because each character had their own motions. Each character had their own, like, the way they would move and stuff. Even the way they would go down pipes and stuff was different. So like, and the way that the characters would react to the other enemies and the way the enemies would react to the characters was different. So like all of that, they rethought a lot of that. So there was a lot of cool little mechanics. And again, it's easy to kind of look over, but it's cool that they put a lot of effort into that stuff. Whereas they didn't before, but it's like, they didn't have to, but it's cool that they put that effort in. I really appreciated that. I know that's kind of like a minor thing to a lot of people, but I was like, oh, that was really cool, that they redesigned all that. And, they put a lot of extra work into that. So
those little touches, though, mattered. Like those little touches.
It felt fresh in that way to me. It felt really smooth. It felt like they were doing something that they couldn't have done on some of the previous systems. Like, I don't know, maybe they could have done this on Wii U. Maybe they could have done this, on the Wii. But like, the fact that they're doing it now, at least, is kind of cool. So, they didn't really reinvent the wheel with this one. And that's not necessarily a bad thing in my book. But again, you mentioned the Wonder Seeds or whatever. Those sequences are definitely new. And I thought that was kind of cool. And yeah, towards the end of the game, I did feel like, this is kind of like, I've played this game before. I did get that feeling at times. But then when I got to the end was pretty cool. They did some different stuff with that. And then when I beat it, I realized that there was so many things I missed. There's a lot of unlockable stuff, just like with Super Mario World. So that has been really cool, going back, finding all the levels I missed and stuff like that. Because there's like different exits to different levels and things like that. So there's a lot of hidden stuff. And I love that. I love that there's a lot of replay value with it. So that was cool. Oh, and the other thing I liked, one last thing, was that you could play as a lot of different characters. Typically you had Mario and Luigi. New Super Mario Brothers, you could play as Toad as well. In this, you have all of those, but you also have Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, which is great. This is the first time you can play as Daisy in a mainline Mario game. And Yoshi, all the Yoshis. So I thought it was really cool that they added all that in, though, I wasn't huge on all the power-ups. I thought the drill power-up was really cool. The elephant one was just super random.
Yeah, that was like, okay, I can sort of get the drill. You've done a drill thing before, and I can't remember all the power-ups on it, but all of them felt like things that they, versions of things that they've done before. And then out of the blue, here's an elephant.
I would have rather had the ice flower come back, because I thought that was cool in the newer ones, but pros and cons, but overall, I genuinely really like this one. It felt like if you're a fan of the old games, this felt a little bit more like that. Just with like a new polish.
It's one of those pieces of media where I get why people like it. It's like, it's not a thing where I don't, like we were talking about horror movies.
Right.
My in-laws do not.
Yeah.
At all. They would not be able to sit through Halloween or Friday the 13th or Elm Street or anything like that. They do not
Halloween's
get that at all. Original Halloween is
original John Carpenter.
I want to fight classic. This is not like that. I get what people like in it, what people like about Super Mario Wonder. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate all the things that you listed that are positives. They are absolutely, great things about it. It is a beautiful game. It is a well-polished game. It is the more of the same aspect for me. That it just doesn't hook me like I wanted it to.
I get it.
I think it has the same, for me, the same problem that Odyssey has, in which all of the previous Marios were the next step. With the exception of Sunshine, which was
something,
the quirky cousin off to the side. But
I get that.
They kept growing, and then Odyssey was like not a step down, but just here's another 3D Mario. And this felt like another 2D Mario. And they're great, but I'm waiting for that next
They
step.
need to do something different next time. I totally agree.
I want the next. I mean, this whole thing is about the evolution of Mario, and we've seen that evolve. And the Switch was the generation where I really feel like Mario didn't evolve. Mario just moved
They did
forward.
kind of falter a little bit, I agree. And I it's interesting because it seems that with the Switch, and I don't know for sure, but it seems like Nintendo's kind of like, okay, this is a foundation we're building on. Because like with NSO and all that, they're just carrying all this stuff over to Switch 2 because it's backwards compatible. And maybe eventually there'll be a Switch 3. So I don't know if that's like the idea is that they just want to make this stuff like this is kind of the base platform now. So let's bring back all the old stuff. So that's why we're getting a lot of remakes and stuff. And then I guess hopefully we'll see, still up in the air, but hopefully they do some new stuff, new different stuff with the Switch 2. But I don't know. Who knows the future? It is interesting though that they didn't start with a Mario game again this time around.
Right. It's
Donkey Kong Odyssey. Wait, what's it called? Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah.
Bonanzas?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I keep wanting to call it like Bananza or something because
I've heard it's fun. It looks cool. I like the Donkey Kong games, so I am excited to check it out eventually. For me, the issue with the Switch 2 is that price point. It's like I can't even begin to contemplate spending that much money on that. You know what I mean? Like, which sucks. But it's just like between the economy and everything, like kids and all that. Like, it just feels like not a great move to. You know what I mean? To put away $500 on that thing.
I had to squirrel away money and like find ways to afford a PlayStation 5.
I held off on getting the Switch for a while myself. And I wanted it, but like I was like, that's pretty pricey, but this is like twice as much. Like, so I know inflation's crazy, but shit, man.
And twice as much for a console that feels less like a jump and more like a
I agree. I hope it's not the Wii U all over again. I really hope that's not the case.
I don't think it's going to be the Wii U, but I think this whole console generation, the PS5, the Switch 2, and
whatever Xbox is doing.
Series X. Who knows? They all feel like just small steps, not big leaps. Like I've had my PlayStation 5 now for 4 years. I feel like the only reason that I've justified the purchase of it is because I was able to give my 4 to my kid.
There you go. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
But other than that, like, is there anything on the 5 that I feel like was impossible on the 4? No.
They made that one. They made that one backwards compatible, right? Or at least certain versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's full backwards compatible. So like, like I took my hard drive from the 4, plugged it into the 5.
Nice.
Boom, done. So that's great.
That's what they need to do going forward, I think. Because like otherwise, like we might just stick with the old system, you know?
If between the price of the Switch and then the announcement that they were going to raise the price of the PlayStation 5 and the announcement that I think the Xbox did the same thing, like I'm looking at retro.
Yeah, totally. Well, there's so many games we haven't played, right? Like there's an entire library out there of stuff we haven't played. No one can play everything. So yeah.
Right.
But this has been a lot of fun, man. I really appreciate going down memory lane with you.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Just like you said, I didn't even realize there were so many damn Mario
There's
games.
a lot. And there's a lot I'm sure we didn't mention. There's so many like, you know, spin-off things and whatnot. Not to mention the handheld shit, you know.
Oh yeah, if we had included the handheld stuff, this thing would be
4 hours.
I mean, right. And there's so many games that we only just said the name of that we could have gone into. So, but this was fun.
Yeah,
this was a lot of fun looking back at Mario for 40.
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, it's
I hate dating myself like that.
No, I hear you. Not that far behind, I don't think.
No.
But if you ever want to have me on, talk about some Zelda, Donkey Kong, you know, let me know. Because that's I can get into the histories on those too.
Yeah, love to have you on again. Talk about some other things and see if we can get see if Ashley's schedule line up. We can, I keep bringing guests on and the schedules never line up.
It's all good.
It's strange.
Make it work eventually.
It's all right. All right, plug time. Yep. So I'll do my normal plug spiel. Like, share, subscribe, rate on your platform of choice. Everything that a podcaster and a YouTuber says. But we really do mean it.
Oh, yeah. Like, it makes a lot of difference. You know?
Yeah. If you like this podcast, 5 minutes of your time to just go on to Apple Podcast or go on to YouTube, thumbs up, 5 stars.
Yep.
Whatever interaction to just boost it and share it on actually don't be on.
Yeah, no, I jumped off there a while ago. I'm on Blue Sky now. Sorry.
Me too.
Way better.
But share it on your social media. Tell a friend about it. Anything. Follow us on Blue Sky, First Gen Gamers Pod. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Streets of Jed. And yeah, please. Now your turn, Eric.
I'm on the spot. Everything. Oh shit. Okay. So yeah, you can find me on social media, mostly Blue Sky these days at Erik Slader. That's Erik with the K, Slader with the D. D as in Delta. You know, check out my books on Amazon, $22.99, and Tempest Machina. Got some other stuff in the works, and of course, podcasts. The Super Switch Club, Nintendo podcast, and check out Podcasters Assemble, especially our Back to the Future episodes with Jed here. They're awesome. He's awesome.
Yay.
And I love your guys' podcast, and I'm so thankful that you guys had me on. This has been a lot of fun.
And I'm thankful that you could come on, especially on short notice. I mean, we put this together.
Yeah. Like, usually I have a harder time scheduling stuff. I was like, I kind of don't have anything going on this week and stuff. So it kind of worked out really nicely.
Yeah, it lined up for me too. Like my wife went out of town. She left like 2 hours ago and was like, I've got nothing to do tonight. I can podcast. Sure.
Always a good time.
All right. Yes. Definitely have to have you back on. And whenever maybe I can contribute to a future Podcasters Assemble or future
Super Switch Club. I need to get you on that show at some point. So we're wrapping up Earthbound right now, right? Which has been a long game. We usually don't do RPGs in this format because it takes forever. We've been playing this game for like a year. I'm so done with it. Usually our seasons are shorter, like a few months on one game, a few months on another game. But anyways, so we're going to be doing a Game Boy season coming up next, which will probably be pretty short. And then what's after that? I think it's N64 after that. So, and again, it's all the games we do are on NSO. So if you have Switch online, that's the easiest way to play a lot of the games we play. So, but at some point, I'm sure we'll come across a game you like that you want to join in on. So I'll keep bugging you about it for sure.
Sounds good.
Eventually, we'll get to Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World. We haven't done those yet, but it's gonna happen. So
How have you not done
Well,
those
the
yet?
problem is, okay, so it's because people vote on the games and people nominate the games and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. The internet doesn't like us. They like us to play really hard games. We played Echo the Dolphin, which sucked.
Oh, God.
It was so painful.
Oh,
I think I gave up
Lord.
pretty early on in that season, but like I kept editing it, obviously. Yeah, we've done some pretty crazy games so far. Sin and Punishment on the N64, like that game's awful. That's a deep cuts one too. But yeah, we've done a few random ones, but we'll get to some of the actually good games, you know.
All right. Well, thank you again for being on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Man.
I will now release you. Go have dinner.
Yeah, I do need to eat something.
You and me both.
Have a great one.
All right. Thank you. Until next time, everybody.